What's up, guys? It's the night before opening of Archery Elk here in Wyoming 2023. I'm going to try out a couple archery shots here. I've got about a 25-30 yard shot. I want to try shooting with my chest pack on. This thing's fairly substantial. It's the Sitka pack. It's got 3 extra pouch. It's got two. Got a lot going on, folks. Let's see what it looks like when I pull back. See if it's going to hit anything. Huh. No, it's really just the microphone is the main thing in the way. I tighten my tip. It happens. I feel pretty good about it. There's an elk over there. Boom. Oh, we're hitting limbs up top. That's not good. Guys, they are going right where I'm aiming. Oh, man. I mean, that one sure hit nice. Dang, that's a dead animal. Well, guys, I don't know if this camera is going to be the best camera because it's already down to 60% battery life. We've only been using it for a couple minutes. But I just wanted to do a little dialogue now because we're not going to be able to talk once we get in here. It's super quiet out today. It's day 2 of September elk season, Wyoming. I had some cows and some, not huge bulls, fairly close to camp here. So I'm just going to kind of walk in and do some light cow calling. And just kind of walk and post up. Keep a close eye on the wind. You guys, I just hit the cow call and I had a bull bugle right over here. I'm going to mark the spot on my Onyx and I'm going to run as fast as I can over there. Guys, I've got some cover noise here with the airplane. So that bull bugled earlier. I ran in there, but it was nothing. I was super sneaky. I actually did some cow calling and some bugling. It's too quiet. I can't. I got in a standoff with a cow at 50 yards. And then I was just standing. I didn't run into the woods here. Look at this. The wind's blowing left and right. It's not going that way. But I had one bust at like 40 yards. I didn't see it, but I heard it. It was close and it was big. And it busted, took off. I thought it was coming in. I don't know how long I can wait here. I may have to go in after him. Let's see what the wind's doing. All right, guys, we've been walking all over the place. Walked super high up today. We've been walking miles and miles, just super steep, super high elevation. No signs of life for a little bit. We've got a major storm rolling in. It's coming from us from all directions. We're about 500 or 600 yards to the truck. It's very steep though, so it's slow going. But I'm trying to get back to the truck as fast as I can, try to avoid getting wet. But it is super stormy out right now. It's coming from all directions. All right. Hopefully we'll make it back to the truck before getting wet. But remind me never to come here again, at least not in the next several weeks. There's just no signs of life, recent elk activity up here. Way more over by my camp. We'll check in a bit. All right, guys, we made it back to the truck, fortunately. That was 4.5 miles. My feet started feeling like they're gonna have some blisters or something, but it was a lot of side hill and a lot of downhill at the end, a lot of uphill in the beginning. Just a thick deadfall everywhere. Just gnarly stuff. No recent elk signs, so we're gonna abandon this spot. We're gonna put a big old X on this spot and try some other areas that might be actually a little more accessible, a little easier to access. So that'll be nice. But anyway, we beat the rainstorm. Plan today is just to regroup. We're gonna run to town. We're gonna get propane, a bunch of other supplies. So we're gonna make a town run today. It's supposed to rain for, gosh, it looked like the next couple days, so we might get a little break from the hunting, which will be nice. Rest up for a minute, give my feet a chance to rest. All right, guys, I'm going in super light today. It's been raining. I'm not gonna bring my pack. Looks like it's let up a little bit right now, but it's just a steady, just kind of misty, sprinkly rain. 1 bottle of water. Going super light today. I've got the bino harness, all the essentials, but I'm leaving the pack here at the camp. I'm not planning on going that far. I'm only going to go about, gosh, I don't even know, not even a mile, just like a half mile from camp. So when I get something, hopefully I'll get something this time. When I get something, I'll just run back to the camp here, grab my pack, grab the dog, grab some cameras, call some friends. Then it's only going to take me just a few minutes to get back here, maybe 20 minutes at the most. So let's give it a try. I can't just wait for it to stop raining. It could rain forever, so we're gonna give it a go. Well, guys, it's September 5th. I just bumped a bull. He was bugling. I was doing some cow calling, and I heard some faint bugles. I started closing the distance. I ended up closing 780 yards. So I overshot him. He must have saw me. I had the wind, but he just busted off this way, which is unfortunate because there's just not a lot of elk out here right now. There's definitely not a lot making noise. So I had a hot one bugling like that. I think he was coming into my cow calling. Had I posted up, been a little bit more patient, I might have had a better opportunity on him. But now that he's run off, I haven't done any cow calling or anything. I'll give it a try. Maybe it was a cow. Maybe the bull's just right over there. Who knows? Let's see what we got. I don't like to get carried away with the cow call. This is not the greatest cow call at all. Reluctantly, I'll do one more. Man, that sounds terrible. I'm putting it away. Well, I guess we'll just keep walking. Just stick to the plan. It's just unfortunate bumping them like that, but Better have loved than lost than to have never loved at all. I knew there was elk here. Man, this is where they're hiding. I found that sucker. I could see him running off through the bushes. I could see his big old body. Just barely. Couldn't see the antlers, but he was by himself. Very likely it was the bull that was bugling. He was coming into my cow calling. Alright, well, next time I think we'll be a little bit more patient. Once we run 700 yards on a bugling bull, you maybe run 500, slow down, call, try to get a beat on the location again. So we know how far he is so we don't bump him. That be the plan. As it was like 38 degrees this morning, I was sweating like crazy. I had the jacket on. I was just soaked. I've been resting for about 20 minutes here. My gloves are still soaked. Everything's soaked. The shirt's dried out a little bit. This is merino wool. I was wearing the Jetstream jacket. It was getting warm. But now that I've stopped moving, everything's soaking wet, so now I'm freezing now. This elk hunting's tough, guys. It's tough. Man, it's getting so cold I should almost put this jacket back on. Well, maybe it just wasn't meant to be on that bull for some reason this morning. Or maybe I just messed it up. Well, I'm sure about the latter. I'm sure I messed it up. He must have just been standing right over there just watching, and I come just bebopping right in. Almost like he was hunting me. Well, he busted me, that's for sure. Let's try one more cow call. It's a bit early for him to be bugling anyway, September 5th. Alright, well, maybe we can find another one, get him fired up. Try to find some spot to put out some cameras too. Alright guys, I just busted another one. Or I should say, he busted me. It was right over there. So I was standing there, looking around, thinking about putting up a camera. And I heard one coming through the woods right here. I looked over. I could see his rack. It was freaking awesome. Big old bull. I mean, I couldn't tell how big he was, but he was probably 5x5. He came walking right here. Man, I knocked the arrow. I thought he was coming in. I thought I was going to smoke his ass. I'm going to put up a camera right here. I think I'm going to put up another camera right over there. I've got two cameras with me. It's September 9th here in Wyoming, elk season. It's about 3:30 in the afternoon. We took the morning off, just had to catch up on some camp stuff, work stuff. Anyway, going in, I call this place Rub Row. It's a spot I found several years ago. It just kind of cuts between the planted pines and some some real thick veg with a lot of blowdown, so they can kind of mill around in the open area in the planted pines, and they can, if they need to escape or bed down or just get the hell out of Dodge, they can easily just go a little ways and be hidden pretty well. So I'm gonna just run in there, see if there's a lot of elk activity in the first place. I just look for some signs, some scat, some fresh urine on the ground. You can see the wet marks, some footprints, hoof prints from where they disturbed the soil. That's the type of stuff we're gonna be doing. We're gonna look for rubs, obviously, but pretty excited. I've got some new cow calls we're gonna try out. Pretty stoked. My cow call game was so weak for a while, but check this out. I really upped the game. So that's what I'm used to my cow call sounding like. So super stoked. We're gonna get in there with a decent cow call this time. My old cow call was just so busted. I mean, it worked a couple times, a couple elk bugled at it, but I was always disappointed with it. But yeah, super stoked. Got this new Merino 120 hoodie from Sitka that I've been trying out. I really am enjoying it. It is super comfortable. It's yet to be determined how durable it is. I mean, it's just feels so delicate, but it is thick. It feels pretty dense. So maybe it'll hold up. But there's a lot of thick stuff I'm walking through, so I try not to let it touch anything. And that's just a habit walking through the woods in general. I try not to touch anything more than necessary. Of course, if you're walking through thick stuff, inevitably you're going to be, your pack's going to be touching stuff. Your legs are going to be touching stuff. Anyway, let's get in there. Enough said. Well, we're gonna have to go with plan B. That spot did not have a lot of recent elk activity. Had some old activity and looked like some deer rubs, but nothing that we're gonna spend much time over there anytime in the near future. So we're just gonna hike from camp here and see what happens. Guys, what's going on? You think this is gonna work? Look at the setup here. What? I don't know. I eliminated the beanie just because it's been getting so warm. And this shirt's got a built-in hoodie. This Merino 120 hoodie with a face mask. Look at this. Boom. Man. Whew. Whap, slap, blah, blah. I'm gonna get him. Alright, guys. Well, September 9th. I'm so excited. I can barely contain myself. I really am looking forward to getting in there. I just took Piper for a walk. Actually, it was good for me too to kind of relax, because I've been looking at the pictures of these giant bulls, or the videos I've been getting. It's been absolutely insane the last couple days. I've had some really big bulls show up. Before that, I just had some raghorns, but now I've got some absolute giants. I was nervous just thinking about just going and hunting them, but the plan is I'm going to be super aggressive with them. I've been watching a lot of Corey Jacobson, and he was giving me some tips. He says just be super aggressive with the bugle. Basically just like make them want to fight. Just a real challenge bugle, like woo! Just aggressive. And then try to challenge that big sucker. Make sure I got a good lane. Make sure my wind's good. Make sure I got a good setup position. Make sure my wind's good. And just be super aggressive calling him in. I'm going to try to get into it with 100 and 150 yards. I'm not just going to go in there and start screaming on the bugle. I'm going to go in there and just play it cool, observe, monitor the wind for, maybe 20 minutes and a half hour, see what it's doing before I even advance much into the territory that I'm going to post up tonight, the area I'd kind of post up at. So I just really want to make sure the wind's consistent. Right now it's doing something different than the weatherman said, so we're definitely going to monitor that. No, it's actually doing pretty good. We're just going to do a big loop like this. We're going to do a big loop and come on in. That's what we'll do. So we're super excited about this hunt, guys. Hopefully we hear some. We heard some this morning. They were just kind of faint bugles, but and a chuckle. But I was like, man, is that a hunter? But I don't know why. There are no hunters anywhere around here. I mean, I could scream my bugle right now. No one would hear me, except for the elk and the squirrels. There's squirrels everywhere, guys. Well, yeah. So this morning I heard a bugle to the right, so I went right, and then all of a sudden I started hearing bugles to the left, and I was like, man, I already went right. And so I was hoping the one from the right would fire off, but in hindsight, it could have just been that guy moved from the right to the left, and he just moved in front of me where I didn't catch him. Maybe I was being a little too cautious. You know what? I missed a raghorn this morning by, I didn't miss him with the arrow, but I missed an encounter with him by no more than 10 minutes. He was on my camera. I was just on the other side of the clear cut, just actually putting out, I'll admit, guys, putting out a couple flagging ribbons, because the trail and back to camp is just so impossible. Absolutely impossible, no matter how many times. So I just put up a couple ribbons on the way out to kind of see the trail from that perspective. Made it a lot easier to find the good trail. So at least next time when I come in that way, should be a lot less frustrating. It's just all deadfall, guys. It's thick. All right, let's do it. We're gearing up. Pretty much, it's a hell of a routine. It's like, I feel like a fighter pilot going through all these motions to go into the elk woods. First of all, you take this merino here, you tuck your thumb in like that, and then you put the glove on. And then the release. So this is a Scott Little Goose release. Really like this one. It's just nice and compact. I always put it on the same strap, since I have the glove on. I'm gonna bring a couple chargers. Let's do this. Let's go hunting. All right, I'm just gonna get a drink of water real quick and say goodbye to Piper. I don't smoke, but sometimes I need a long drag. How are we looking, guys? Do you think this setup's gonna work? Look at this. Is the camera straight? I always feel like it's not straight. You guys, I kind of have to hide from the trucks passing by, because they see this much Sitka. They're gonna think this is a good spot. They're eyeballing me. Oh, they got a camper. This spot's taken, boys. Oh, he's got a buddy. And they're coming in droves. We better hurry up and kill something. Alright, you guys, I think I heard a bugle. September 10th. This morning, I got a visual on a cow and a bull that was following her. I think it was one of the raghorn bulls. Anyway, it's the evening now. I just heard a bugle. It was like a trumpet. I think it was a bull. It was a long ways away. Alright, guys, he just bugled again. I hope it wasn't a hunter. That one I heard a lot better. It was definitely not in my head. It was definitely a bugle. So we're gonna close about 300 or 400 yards. Stop and post up and listen. Alright, Wittman just stuck a big ass bullet like 20 yards full broadside. He thinks he hit him a little back. It's kind of stopped my bow movement because of a big tree. We saw the antlers coming through the woods, and he stepped out right in front of us. I was drawn back, and Wittman drew back and freaking let one rip right through him. We just found the arrow right here. You can smell the gut shot on it, but it's covered in blood. We've got a complete pass through. It's 8:30 now. We're gonna give him a couple hours at least, and we're gonna go get him. Oh my god, guys, Piper just took us and found this sucker laying here. The fly's already on him. He is huge, guys. He is absolutely massive. Oh my god, you guys. He's so big.
7 by 8.
Guys, he's a giant.
7 by 8.
Oh my god.
What just happened?
Bro. Holy smokes, dude. He's a giant. Oh my god, Pipe. What in the world? Oh man, we've never seen this guy yet.
He didn't even go 200 yards, 100 yards.
Oh.
Damn, we played it right now. Holy shit, bro. 7 by 8. He's massive.
Almost back to the area the truck is. We just gotta fall off this, somehow get down this cliff here, and we'll be right back at the truck. Alright guys, got the Mystery Ranch pack all loaded up. This is the last haul. Got my buddy over here asking for a knife, so I better let you guys go. The elk makes your pack look so small. It's actually a big pack. This is the final step here. Just getting his head mounted to the pack, trying to get this pack on his back, and then walking out of here. It seems impossible. I'm telling you right now, it seems impossible. We've got bows, we've got walking sticks, all kinds of stuff to carry. And somehow we're gonna get this head out. I got a pack full of 100-pound pack with meat in it. This is gonna be something, guys.
Definitely over 100.
Oh, way over 100.